Music is in the air this weekend, but it's not mariachi we'll be hearing. It's going to be the roar of the engines and the cheers of the crowd. Formula One is back in the very heart of Mexico City at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. This is an exhilarating circuit on the Formula One calendar. We'll be sure to see plenty of battles and overtaking this weekend, especially with the help of not one, not two, but 3 DRS zones. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. The weekend begins here.
Hey guys, you join me here, Snow86, and we are back for Formula 1 Manager 2022. So we are here for the Mexican Grand Prix, and the good news is that update 1.8 has dropped. Now, by the time this video gets released, it'll probably have dropped with about a week or so. But for me, this is the first time getting my hands on it. Now, I've seen reports that the tires can be quite interesting. So that is definitely something to look towards. You'll see that the soft tires, well, tire wear in general will be quite heavy, and you can see the delta on the tires as well is slightly different to what we had before, so that will be interesting as well to see, guys. So we'll see how our strategy plays out. There might be a bit of a relearning on our strategy counter, but we'll kind of aim for what we normally do, and we'll see how that works out for us, guys. So with that said, we won't waste any more time, and we'll be back here with qualifying for the Mexican Grand Prix.
We'll be kicking off today with the final practice before moving on to the qualifying session. Each team will be looking to build on the progress they made during yesterday's practice sessions. When it comes to preparation, absolutely nothing should be left to chance. Everything has to be just right. Of course, by the time the cars hit the track, well, there are some things in Formula One that no one can prepare for. So here we are, ready to resume.
Ready to check.
So guys, you join me here for qualifying, and we're just going to send our TO out straight away. Now, Alex did pick up a 3-place grid penalty during practice, which will make his qualifying life just a little bit harder. But yeah, we'll see how we get on, guys. So we're going to just kind of shoot through the first lap. Hopefully it goes by uninterrupted with any lap cars. Now, I do believe in this update also cars should get out of our way quicker, so we'll see if that is a realistic thing. And I'd say Alex got held up pretty poorly there, actually. But we'll get the first laps in. Theo does a 1:18, which is pretty quick, and Albon lost 3/10 according to that, because again our drivers are fairly evenly matched, so we'll just have to see where we play out in all this. So we're just going to quickly reconfigure and get them set for their next run in qualifying, and we'll be back here in a second with the final run in Q1. So we're back with about 3:30 on the clock, guys, and as you can see, Theo has so far set a time fast enough to be into Q2, which is unbelievable. Alex's run was, as I say, interrupted, I think, with traffic, so hopefully we can improve that. Now, I do think the McLarens should be a little bit quicker than that, but I suppose we'll find out here soon enough. We'll try and get one of our guys out straight away. We do manage to get Theo out pretty quick, so let's see, can we get Albon out next? And that could be a struggle now. Is a gap? Nope, he won't get out there because Verstappen is coming now. And yep, behind Lance Stroll is where he gets out. So both our cars now are behind Aston Martins. Now, as I say, there has been a nice few improvements in the 1.8 update, so hopefully this race will showcase some of that. As I say, tyres is probably the biggest thing in the update. I do believe lap cars now don't hold you up as much as they previously did. Whether that affects qualifying or not, we'll probably see as qualifying unfolds. Won't really see it this time around, but maybe in the last two events we'll see. Now, I'm not sure if car performances took a hit. I know they balanced the development race, we call it. So it's a little bit more balanced now in terms of you can't just go in and develop the best car in the space of one season, I think. I'm hoping that's the way, but I suppose we'll find out ourselves here shortly as we're coming to the end of our first season here as Williams team principal. But we've had a good season. And hopefully that nerf is kicking McLaren a bit, because if it is, that would be great for us. So we need to get our times up. So Tio does improve, he goes to 1.9 seconds, so that is Tio's qualifying over with. I actually got distracted on my talking there, guys, and we didn't even see Tio's lap. Well, we saw it, but it was on high speed. So we'll jump on here with Alex, and we'll get the last of Alex. Now Tio is out, so the McLarens improved dramatically. They nearly made a second on their lap time, which is impressive all the same. So hopefully Tsunoda is our target, but I think even Tsunoda could be a bit too far for us at the moment. Ooh, 1.8 seconds off. So again, our drivers are fairly evenly matched. There's about a tenth in it, and our car pace just isn't there. So yep, that's going to be the story of the season for the next 3 races, guys. Well, this one and the last 2 races after that, which is Brazil and Dubai, I believe. So that is us eliminated, and as I say, poor old Alex picked up a 3-place grid penalty, so he's actually starting dead last. Fantastic, guys. So we'll be back here in a second, guys, for the Mexican Grand Prix.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager to demonstrate that they can have an even better race. AlphaTauri did rather well in qualifying. Let's see if they can manage to achieve a strong start for the race itself. And the clouds today look very ominous, which means that teams may have to contend with rain at some point during the race.
Well, there's some serious decision making ahead for teams and the drivers as we begin the Mexican Grand Prix. It's a somewhat overcast day for the drivers, who've now taken position on the grid. Looking now at the Williams. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. And then we've got Alex Albon. They're in the back half of the pack, so they'll need to work hard if they want a podium finish. The teams are ready to go. What will happen next? We're about to find out at the Mexican Grand Prix.
So here we go, guys, for the Mexican Grand Prix. 5 lights on,
lights
and
out,
we're racing.
and away we go.
So we're going to instantly jump on board with Tio, who is our highest placed driver, and he is off to a cracking start up to P13. Albon has managed to get to P16. I'm sure there was probably engine penalties in all that, but
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
I think we're going to get done by the Haas there, and we did, and there's also an Aston Martin on our outside. I think we should hopefully hold off Stroll. Maybe not. Nope, we're going to lose out there to Lance, I think, are we? Oh, it's tight at the moment. We're just going to go to ×2 for a second and see how it all plays out for us. We're riding on board with Alex. You can see Tio's up the road a little bit, and that is Stroll. Is patched. So we're coming on to the end of the first lap now, guys.
Williams.
And the big thing for us will be the tyre, where we can no longer do the max push on tyres like we used to. The deg now on the tyres is wicked hard, so if you are doing a fairly attacking strategy, it now tends not to work. So we're just going to get Alex back to a fairly neutral standpoint here. He's currently P15, and we're riding on here with Tio, who's had a cracking start, guys, and is up to P11. And we're going to have to do something fairly similar here with Tio as well, because his tyres just won't last. But we'll see, can we get P10? I think we might be able to do this.
DRS enabled.
So we should, and we do. So then we're going to flick to neutral because, again, Theo just can't run at that pace consistently. But hopefully now that we have the DRS off the back of, who is that, Ocon, hopefully we can stay in it. So yeah, the deg is really the big thing, guys. The harder you push your driver now, the more chance the tyres will just fall off a cliff. So I think we'll only really probably get this lap out of it. Hoping, yeah, we have DRS there, so we're just going to drop to neutral now, guys, and probably slowly fall back to pace now, because unfortunately our race pace won't be that quick. We'll be doing a fairly standard run. So it's going to be pretty tricky from here on in to manage, and somehow Vettel is after, I don't know how he's done that, but he has. So Vettel is ahead of Albon, and we do need to clear him there, so we're going to have to push on this one. So we're going to flick it back to aggressive, flick it back to push, and we're going to go deploy. So the reason we want to get Vettel is, I think Vettel is going to be a lot slower than potentially what we can do. So, and the fuel delta has also changed now. So instead of laps, it's now done in kilograms. So you can actually see really here, guys, Theo is starting to create a huge roadblock. So I'd say he is going to get done here pretty quickly by others. As in, we just can't run our car flat out anymore. Oh, somebody's off into the wall. That is Mick Schumacher, I think it was.
Looks like there's been a
Oh,
lockup.
Tsunoda actually, guys. Somehow Theo got DRS there. I'm not sure how he managed it, but he did. So take that. But now Theo's still running in P10 as well, guys. So that's important to remember. Perez spins, so he's having a dreadful race. Did start at the back of the grid, I think, for engine penalties and all that other stuff. Alonso's after getting through on Vettel now as well. So it'll be quite a train for us here, but if we can stick with it, hopefully we can do something. But yeah, tyre deg is now going to be a big factor for us in these races. We really have to watch it. And once Theo probably becomes the roadblock in front of Albon, we will move him out of the way. And that's probably going to come pretty quickly, guys. Unless he can stick with the back of Lando. So these last two races after this one, three including this one, could be a tough old battle for us, guys. As I say, we just don't have the significant car pace to be able to run on these fast, to be lapping these fast laps in races. So this could hurt us pretty badly. But hopefully going into next year, our development we've already done will really stand to us. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But we're just going to have to see. But as I say, this is going to be a bit of a struggle. But we seem to be able to stick with Lando, so that's good. Should get another nice helping in DRS down the straight here, and Alonso's pretty close to the back of us now. So pressure is going to be mounting. Now what it does mean is that when we get close to our pit stop strategies, the push laps that we do could be critical for us. The fact that we're sticking with Lando is good. It might give us a chance to do something. Oh, we're going to get done there by K-Mag. I think K-Mag has done it. So now, for me, I think it's important that
with an overtake.
We get Albon past pretty quick. Although we'll see. But I think my race might be better with Albon past Theo. We'll just have to see though. So what we might do here now in a second, I'm debating it. Through this section here, there is a DRS zone coming up that we probably could try and squeeze him past, but the main thing is we are still dropping. I think we are anyway. And there's a crash. That could be a safety car. I think it's Vettel, is it? No, it's Lance Stroll.
Safety car. Safety car.
Who's that just crashed? Let's see what
Let's
happened
have a little
there.
look. Could be
Now look at
Ricardo
this.
involved. With
Daniel
Lance Stroll.
Ricciardo involved here.
And this might not be a good look for Danny Rick, and it's not.
There's the hit,
Ooh,
and it's crystal clear who was in the wrong.
that is pretty bad. So while we're on the safety car, we might as well try and recharge and conserve a little bit. Now this will be good for us that we can really conserve our tyres as well. So we're just going to 4 times it on here while the safety car picks up the leaders. We should be okay to keep kind of conserving everything. That might just enable us to push on just a little bit later. Danny Rick was able to keep going. Lance Stroll has retired from the race. And I'd imagine Danny Rick also had a pit stop to do, but should probably catch the back of the gap. Oh. So we now need to get Theo to actually push on a bit. Because I just realised we're after dropping off the back of the pack there, guys. And it's not good to me if we need to be... Oh, we're back on it. That's okay, we're back on it. We can conserve again. Harvest, harvest, conserve. My fear there is that we would be off the back of the pack and we'd actually be able to do nothing. But this safety car period might just extend the life of our tyres as well a little bit. ERS now is fully charged for Alex. So we're just going to get through this safety car period. Safety car is in that. So we're going to go pretty much attacking. We're just going to go balance.
I think you can reduce lift and coast.
So here we go, guys, for the restart. Now we won't get DRS for the next couple of laps. So this is where we need Theo now to really be on the pace here, because my fear is that we might just get done here a little bit, but we'll see. So the reason we're not going too aggressive with Alex is he is going to go longer on this set of medium tyres. That's the plan anyway. Theo will be pitting first. So I do think this update has made the racing maybe a little bit more intense, that you can't just kind of skip along it unless you've like the quickest car, and it doesn't matter what strategy you're running and stuff. We're just going to get Theo to push on his fuel now as well, because we really need to keep everybody close together, just to keep availing of that DRS that will come soon enough. This has worked out well, probably well for K-Mag, because he's now back on the back of Ocon.
Without DRS.
And for some odd reason Joe has decided to pit. He's going to lose big time on that one. So Joe was obviously on the soft tyres, and anybody who's on the soft tyres and didn't pit during the safety car is crazy in my mind, but everybody else was on the medium, so I think the DRS will have kicked in from here, so we should be okay, I hope. Now our plan is to run Alex later, and hopefully we can do a bit more pushing on the hard tyres towards the end of the race. but we'll just have to see how it all plays out for us at the moment. So far we have Alonso and Perez behind us. Now they probably will get us at some stage, being quicker cars, and then there's a nice healthy gap back to Mick of nearly 2 seconds. So we're doing okay so far. So as we start lap 19, 18 even, we're doing okay, guys. Theo is hanging on to the back of Lando. Somebody's gone off. K-Mag. K-Mag has gone off, guys.
Look.
That is big. That
now
brings
just
Theo
focus
up.
on the Haas.
Oh,
And
look
there's
at
the
that.
lockup. It almost got away from them entirely.
So that's going to cost him some time. And thankfully that promotes Theo up to P10, Alex to P11. So we're still having a solid outing here in Mexico, guys. Despite it being an okay start and our concerns about tyres and stuff, so far it's okay. Theo's going for the move on Lando. Brave old stuff. Will he get the DRS? He will. And he's through. Good man, Theo. Theo's up to P9, guys. Wasn't expecting this. I really thought we were going to have a struggle on our hands this race out, especially after seeing the update and stuff. But so far, so good. Now Lando probably will get a blast of DRS down the main straight and just whip by Theo. And if we deploy here, actually, we should probably get a helping too. And that is us managing to get there. So if we jump back now on board with Theo and just set him not to fight his teammate, we should be pretty good in that position, guys. So that was that worked out rather well for us, that whole opportunity. We've managed to get Alex into the position I prefer, which is ahead of Theo. Mainly just I think Alex is the stronger racer at this stage in their careers. And yeah, Alex should get that move done.
And there's an
try
overtake
deploying
from
here
Williams.
with Theo and see can we get anything. I just need to untick that because my fear now is it'll actually work the opposite way this time. But Alex is doing a great job of defending. Look at that. Fantastic work. Oh my god. There was a big crash there behind us, I think. So we have another safety car, guys. Let me see who this is for. Schumacher's off.
There's been contact, and
So we'll have a quick look and then we'll decide what we're doing with our pit stop.
Right, watch this. There's Schumacher.
Oh, can't really say Schumacher. Oh my god.
Goodness me, that is a serious collision.
That is messy, guys. And I wouldn't really say Mick Schumacher's the fault there, but race strategy. No, if we pit now, we're going to have to pit again with Theo. Do I pit? Do I pit? Do I not pit? Oh.
boxing, is that box?
Oh, I completely missed the pit window, so we're just gonna cancel that pit stop. Pit options, cancel pit stop. So that's my mistake there again. So we're just going to harvest up everything again, guys. And again, we should go probably balanced on the fuel and light on tires. That should be enough to now, the only bad thing about this is everybody who pitted now will have a clear run at the end of this. But so far, guys, we've 2 cars in the top 10. Now, obviously, pit stops have happened. I understand all that. We're just going to go to time 16, wait for the safety car to say it's coming in.
Safety car in this lap.
Yes.
Push, neutral.
Pushing on, pushing on.
Here,
Yes, okay.
push, neutral.
We're happy to push on with the tyres.
So with Alex, guys, we're just actually going to deploy on this first lap. I think he will stand a good chance. He got done there off the line. Ooh, Tio got done big time there as well, guys. Alonso and Perez is after slipping by him. So I think we won't do too much more on the mediums, and we might actually extend Tio's race just a little bit to maybe give him a chance on the hard tyres of doing max attack. I think that's probably the best way to play this one, guys. So we're definitely going to extend Tio's pit stop. Or he's definitely extend them on the first run. As you can see here, Alex is running till very, very late on the tyres. We'll just see, can we get around the back of Gasly. Not able to do it this time, and that might just be our chance gone, because Perez is now all over the back of us, and he'll bring Norris and Alonso along for the ride. Tio is dropping off the back of this, apparently.
Firm on DRS.
And now we've a rake of pit stops coming on, so we're just going to extend ours to see can we do anything. Albon is now up to P5, but again that's a false position for us, so we're just going to have to see when people. Now everybody should probably start pitting pretty soon, I'd imagine, if this is the time when medium runners are coming in. And I think we probably can actually maybe just bring Tio up to the aggressive, just to see can we maybe gap Danny Rick a little bit. We got more runners in the pits, all these boys bail in the pits. So we're just going to ignore this. And we're going to get Tio pushing on now pretty hard, and just see can we do anything. If Alex can stay on the back of Perez, that'll be fantastic as well, because that'll just drag him along, because Perez is definitely the faster car. So you see now that we've got Tio gone to aggressive, his tyre life will really just fall off a cliff. It was about 3% a lap, I think, before is what it used to be. So it'll be interesting to see what the difference is now. They've already a percent between the two tyres, and they were fairly even. Ooh, there goes Ocon through. Ooh, wow, there's a lot of cars coming through all of a sudden.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
So even though we're pushing Tio on, he's still getting done here by a load of them. And I'd imagine all those cars will pretty much cruise up to the back of Alex, unfortunately for us. But again, the fact we've DRS now here with Theo might just drag him along as well a little bit. And we'll see what we can stretch it out for ourselves. But interesting the way this race is panning out so far, guys. So we're going to probably let Theo run one more lap like this. Actually, we'll probably go flat out attack just for this next lap, and then we're going to call him into the pits. There's the pit lane entry. So we're going to pit this lap, and we're going to keep him flat out attack. I think they've all caught up to poor old Alex, yep, and Theo was even dragged along in that race, so that's interesting as well. Now I'd imagine poor old Alex will get done here pretty quick, but he's leading a lap, guys, and he's led a couple of them now, so that's what you want to see. So Theo's whipping into the pits. We're going to jump on board with Alex. We'll jump behind and see what's coming. And what's coming is Esteban Ocon pretty quickly. So now what we need to do is... Theo's come out P17, guys, so that's not great. We'll just set his times back to a relative standing. And yeah, as others pit now, hopefully Theo can run at a decent pace. Where is the car in front? Here it is. So DRS here should be a big helping for us on this straight, as it's proven to be. So the good news with all that is I think I can actually run Alex now pretty quick as well. I think he'll probably run to his original pit window. So we're still 4.5 kgs plus on our fuel delta as well, so that's good. So we can push on with both of those now and just see, and hopefully we can just get Alex out here, get him closed up to the back of Ocon, and hopefully that'll drag him down along the track a little bit anyway. Ocon is a quicker car than us, so we're going to ignore that. We're going to let him run an extra lap as well, because the safety cars will have saved us a little bit of tyres anyway, so we can afford to burn it now a little bit. So yeah, it's looking like we're going to be coming out pretty far back. Theo fights with Gasly here, but I wonder where's everybody else. Apparently is pit. Alex is the last man to pick, guys, so yeah, he's going to be coming out pretty much at the back of the grid. Don't know how we've lost out so much, but we have.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
So this doesn't really bode overly well for us, but we just have to see how we go.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
Safety cars have messed us up a little bit, but the likes of Vettel is possibly going to score points, and I just don't understand where it all came from. But anyway, it is what it is. We want to be on interval, and we're going to pit this lap around. So while we do that, we're going to go max attack on the tyres, because we can now afford to use up the last of life in the tyres, guys. So hopefully that's the way it will work out. Danny Rick, oh, I think he started on, oh, he pitted way later. That's why he's so high up. So that early crash from Daniel Ricciardo actually is played into his hands, strangely enough. And McLaren could be on for a fantastic haul of points, guys, because the actual current running order is Ocon in the lead of this race. So that's fascinating. Not sure how all that's happened, but what I'm gathering from it is we're probably the big losers, because if we'd pitted earlier, I think it would have worked out. But anyway, we'll see how the rest of the race develops. Yep. So we're coming out P17, P18. We're just going to push on hard here for the first lap or two with Alex. Hopefully we can get into the 1 second window. We're going to deploy even. And that might just get us in there. Is it going to? I think we're not going to get DRS this lap around. But we might get it on the back straight. Yep, there we should have it now. And Tio should also get it. Yes. So we're just going to harvest in around here.
They've lost control and spun!
So Sanuda has spun and there he is ahead of us.
And that's the lockup!
So by being on the max attack, it was 5% a lap it took off the tyres, guys, versus what we'd normally do, which is probably 1 or 2%. So it does make a big difference over a couple of laps. So a race that had potential has all of a sudden kind of fallen apart a little bit, guys. Don't think there's any rain in the forecast, even though it looks like on the screen, but no. So now, thankfully, we've managed to get onto the back of Sanuda here. So I'm not sure if he's carrying damage, but we'll see what we can do. Helping a DRS. If you told me we were going to be fighting Pierre Gasly and Sanuda in this race, I don't think I would have believed you. So here comes the DRS to help. Should shoot down the inside. Not going to. Here we go. Job done on Sanuda, and we're back behind Lando Norris. So fortunately that was a position earlier that was P10 and now it's for P14. So that's not good. So we're over halfway in this race as well, guys, so I think this is pretty much it. We just gotta see what tyre life is looking like. For some odd reason his tyre life is really falling off the edge of the cliff there at the end, but I don't think that's right. What pace is he going? Oh, max attack, that's why. We're not running max attack on this strategy. So there's a bit of a train forming. Russell is now taking this lead of this Grand Prix, guys, and Leclerc is slowly moving up with Verstappen. Sainz and Perez at hot in his heels. I just don't know where it went wrong for us on that. Should we have pitted? Potentially, but I don't think our tyres would have gone the distance and we would have just fallen down the grid. Hopefully this way our tyres will be good enough that at the end we can really push on and attack. But by that stage it might be too late, guys. So the old Alpha Tauris are a little bit of a sandwich between a Williams. And because we've saved so much fuel behind the safety car, we're just able to push on maximum attack. So as this is a bit of a stalemate, we're just going to quickly flick to the external and see what's going on. It's such a shame because that's such a pack. If we were in it, I think the pace is probably not that quick that we probably could stick in it. Vettel is slowly dropping off the back of it. And Alonso and them are slowly catching Vettel, I think they are. And we're slowly falling off the back of Norris, so I think it's looking like, realistically, it could even end up being a P17, P18, but we'll have to see. So as this stalemate continues, guys, I think we will skip a few laps, and we will come back here for the finale and see what we can do, if we can do anything. We might not be able to. So guys, we are back with 20 laps to go, and surprisingly for myself, people are making
And a
a
new
second
position
pit stop,
just gained
guys.
by Williams.
So I was definitely not expecting that. You can see Russell and Ocon have pitted now. So there's a potential chance, and it's only a chance, guys, that we could maybe sneak some points. But we'll just have to play it very strategically on our tyres. Now, as it stands, I think we should make it to the end of the race as we are running. But it'll just be interesting to see who else pits and what else comes of it. But definitely we had Russell, Ocon pitting, Magnussen pitted. So we moved a little bit up the grid, which is good. And Tio is still stuck behind the AlphaTauris, but we're okay with that now because, as I say, we're slowly creeping up the grid again. So if we can kind of keep this little run going, guys, we could be on for maybe a couple of points here, which would be something I wasn't expecting only maybe 10 laps ago. I really thought we were racing in kind of 16, 17 position. Strange enough, we're holding off the Mercedes straight line speed, so that as well is a little bit interesting, but hopefully they get past us soon because they'll just tow us onto the back of Lando, which would be fantastic. So we're on the countdown here to the finish of the race. We're still a good bit away from it, guys, but every lap we get a little bit closer, obviously. And nobody else has pitted again, so I'm not sure what happened, why Russell had to pit. I suppose their early stops in the race did affect them, but yeah. Oh, Tio's tyres. So we're just going to have to back Tio off in his tyres. I forgot he was on aggressive, and yeah, he's been eating his tyres up pretty nicely. So
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Gasly has run wide, guys, so we're up to P15 with Tio now, and he might be able to get Tsunoda here because he'll have the DRS, and indeed he does. Nicely done. And I think we'll actually get it going down the back straight again,
It's
because
a race position gained
we didn't.
for Mercedes.
So interesting, but now if we can stick here with George, this will be the big one. For us, this will be the big one because you can see the gap that George has to Russell is down to 2.2 seconds. And every time we get a helping of DSR, which we'll get here, we should close up to the back of George. And in theory, he should just drag us along nicely to the back of Lando, and that is, well, unless George doesn't make a mistake, but that is, we'll be fighting for a World Championship point at that position, guys. Which didn't look too likely, as I say, a while ago, but we're doing okay so far. Now the danger is when George starts getting the DRS, that's when we might have to up the pace with Alex, but we'll see. Not sure what happened. Oh, that's Ocon, we've a gap there. So again, Tio's doing pretty well. So we're just going to deploy here onto the back straight. And that should just give us enough gap to keep the DRS.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
So we're right on the back of Lando now. And we'll see what we can do. Now the danger of this is George might just get away from us. So we should possibly deploy. Although it's probably too late. I think George is gone. And Lando just cleverly moves across the block, but we should get it on the pit straight. Yeah, the real move there was to jump through as soon as George had jumped through, and we weren't quick enough. So we got it done.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
That's good work from Alex. He's up to P11 now, guys. Now, we can only hope is that some people will be eating their tyres, the likes of Joe, Ricardo. Might struggle to see out this race, or if they don't see it out, they'll definitely be on poor tyres towards the end of the race. So that's 2 positions there that could very well get us into a World Championship point position. But then I don't know what the gap is. Joe's 15. Yeah, no, we'd take that. Now Joe would then be on faster tyres and probably pushing at the end of the race. But it's definitely interesting to see it play out. We're down to 11 laps. And you can see Russell is really making a move here. If we could have hung on to the back of him, we really would have been doing well. As it is, we are kind of the rolling roadblock at the moment, guys. Tyre life, I think Theo is probably on board to finish with the low 30s. Alex should be okay. We should be able to do another few push laps with him.
Gained a place.
But we'll have to see. Now, we do need Theo to stay on the back of Gasly here. This will be an important one for us. Because if he can do that, he might just stay away.
Advanced.
Ocon overtakes Albon. So we're really starting to lose places now, guys. But again, Ocon is a quick car, and Ocon and Russell were temporarily fighting for the lead in this race not so long ago. So there's a change after happening there, but it doesn't look like anybody else is going to pit, which is interesting for Ricardo and Joe to see how much their tyres fall off the cliff. What are their average lap times? Last lap for Joe, 22.6. Ricardo at 24.3. So Ricardo is either really stuck in traffic there, or he is suffering on his tyres. His tyres are down to 40%, so it could be. I don't think it should be tyres yet, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that last lap. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Somebody has had an accident somewhere.
Oh, big lock up there!
And it is Sebastian Vettel with a big lock up into turn 17. So we won't look at that. Ricardo is fighting now with George Russell. And again, if we can stay with Ocon here, he should just pull us along. Are we outside a second? Nope, thank God. We get the DRS here. So we're just going to go. I don't know what happened there, guys, but Ocon has disappeared.
Someone spun out.
So we need to see that, because we nearly got caught up in that.
Like Ocon.
So Ocon is doing his. Oh, he spins up, and that catches Magnussen, and it also catches Norris off. So we're just going to put a couple of push laps in now, if we can, and see can we close this gap down to Danny Rick. Theo is doing a good job of hanging on to Pierre Gasly as well, so we're okay back there. But we're coming into the closing stages, and I think that's where the pushing is coming from here with Alex. There goes K-Mag like a rocket ship. We definitely had no answer to that.
Pass with an overtake there.
And wow, did he catch up to the back of that McLaren pretty quick. So we're just going to see, can we maybe hang there. Where did K-Mag find that pace? I have no idea. He was like a rocket ship there, guys. So I think, do we get it? I think we might have DRS, do we? We don't. But we might. Oh, that's very upsetting. Danny Rick is getting the DRS off K-Mag. And I don't know how K-Mag is he on the softs? No, he's on mediums. But yeah, Danny Rick's tyres will be struggling pretty badly here soon. So we should get him. And Joe might make it. It's going to be tight for Joe. I think his pace is going to have to really drop off.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
Tio's fighting away with Pierre Gasly, which is okay. I think we might have DRS now on the boy, and we do. Oh.
Oh, and that's a crash.
So
We can
Tio's
take a look
fun.
now.
Let's have a quick
Now
look and
we
see what
the
happened.
Williams here.
Oh, did he get tagged by
And
Gasly?
there we see.
I think he might have been tagged by Gasly. That's what it looked like to me, but that's a good move for us. We needed to get that one done, and we hopefully now gap Ricciardo just a little
And a
bit.
new position just gained by Williams.
And Ocon is after getting Ricciardo, so that might slow him down just a bit, does it? I don't know. Ricciardo is in the pits, guys. Ricciardo is in the pits. So his tyres did not hold on. He was losing places. There goes Ocon again fighting with us. So we're just going to drop the standard for the last couple of laps. See, can
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
we just hang here at the back of Ocon? Although I'd say he's going to be rocket ship as well. And I'd say, has he got a second already? Oh my god. So we get it back up to aggressive. I thought we could stick into DRS, but we can't. And now we're fighting off Lando. So this is, we're just slowly going backwards. So I think any chance of fighting for that World Championship point we thought of there maybe 5-10 minutes ago might have gone out the window here, guys. Alex is after dropping P12, and we just do not have the pace. So we'll be doing well now if we can hold up Lando. The only good thing here, well, K-Mag is scoring points for Haas. But other than that, yeah, both McLarens are not scoring points. There's only one Aston Martin left in the race, only one Haas. The two Alpha Tauris are kind of lost a little bit. They've just had unlucky, I think, with the safety cars. So we'll just see what we can make of all this, guys. But I think Alex's tyres will hold on to the end at this race. Ricciardo has come out behind Tio. And I'd imagine he's on the softs. Yes, he is. So I'd say Tio's won't hold that position for much longer, I'd say. And look at the difference Russell was able to make. He's after getting up to P8 now, guys. So Russell is really on a move. And he probably will get Fernando before the end of the race. Bottas might be a stretch too far. So we're getting pretty close to being on the final lap now, guys. And as I say, I think Alex will hold on these set of tyres. So we won't. We could push on more, but we won't. I think Tio will also make it on this set of tyres. And amazingly, I don't think anybody has been lapped either. Ooh, Vettel is right on us, guys. Tio's under a bit of pressure, so we just gotta get Tio to do a little bit more. I think with Tio now we can probably go deploying as well. He's on his last lap. And depending on what happens here with Alex, we could probably deploy as well. I think we'll do it coming onto the final straight, which will be up here somewhere.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Oh no.
Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
So Chuck Leclerc wins the race, but we are under pressure here, guys, on both accounts. We're on max deploy with both drivers. Theo is looking like a P18.
That would be checkered flag. Checkered
So
flag.
Albon's across the line. Now Theo, I think he's after managing to get Vettel again, thankfully.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
We'll just watch
Let's
this
have a look.
overtake, see
Now
how good
we
it was.
see the Williams here.
So DRS helped anyway, and a bit of ERS to boost.
Gaining a position there.
And that is solid racing from Theo across the line, P17 with Vettel hot on his heels. So that's the closest Aston Martin have been to us in a long time, guys. So that's something we're just going to have to watch out for in the last few races as we kind of relearn the strategies of this game. So
What
there's a
a
little bit
pleasure
of
it was
tuning
to
maybe
watch
to be
Alex
done on our
Albon
side,
the track.
but
And an amazing result.
wasn't
of
a
the
bad
match.
Mexican race, guys. Wasn't a bad Mexican race.
A very impressive showing today for Williams.
It's really wonderful to see all the hard work they've been putting in paying off like this.
After the race, they sit in 7th place in the constructors' standings.
Coming up in the next round is the Sao Paulo Grand Prix as we head to Brazil. Join us next time at Interlagos.
So there we have it, guys. We'll be back for the Brazilian Grand Prix next time. But final results: Charlie Leclerc wins it, Max Verstappen second, Sergio third, Carlos Sainz fourth. And those 4 cars have really been a class of their own. As you can see, the gap from Carlos to Lewis, 13 odd seconds. So that's quite a chunk of time. And then that's kind of the start of the midfield. And thankfully, we're in that fight. We're a little bit off it still. But with Alex, we seem to have a bit of pace that we can kind of run with that. You can see our best time was a 1:21.8. Theo's was 3:10 slower, which is interesting. But we had the pace to be ahead of a couple of these guys. Actually, strangely enough, we were faster than Lando Norris on race pace as well. So that's interesting. So all good things to keep an eye on. So we'll have a quick look at the drivers, guys, and you can see the driver standings. It looks like Charles Leclerc is going to win this championship if he hasn't already won it mathematically. He's nearly 100 points clear, and there's only 2 races left. So I think Charles might have won the World Drivers' Championship, which is interesting to see how this one is played out. Our boys are still sitting P10 and P12. There won't be too many changes there. Joe scored a point, interesting. K-Mag also scored a point, 2 points for Haas. If we run to the constructors, we can see, I think we're pretty safe in 7th, guys, which is fantastic for us. So hopefully in the next 2 races, McLaren and Haas don't score a boatload of points to catch us. So I think we're pretty safe there, guys. So with that being said, guys, this has been the Mexican Grand Prix. I've been Snowman86, and this has been Formula Manager 2022. And if you liked what you've seen, you enjoyed it, guys, you want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like and a comment. And until next time, guys, hope you all keep safe, and we'll see you all again. Take care.